Welcome back to my non-aesthetically pleasing kitchen where everything is open and a mess. Today in the kitchen we are going to bake off the cookies. Some of them will go out in a couple of days. Some of them will go out on Christmas. Some of them will go out in January. The way I am keeping them is in the freezer once they are baked off. They'll be fine. If it's any surprise to you, a lot of supermarkets and stuff, they do their cookies that way. So, surprise from a freezer. They're still delicious and you'll still eat them. Right. The first thing is not a cookie. It's a tip. You know how people try to get parchment paper to fit into their sheet pans or baking pans? And they just crumple it up and then they flatten it out. You don't have to do all that. All you have to do is just simply fold it. You cut it to size-ish and then you just line it up, fold it. You don't even have to do each paper one at a time. You just do them all together. I'll show you. All right, sheet pan. I have 4 pieces of parchment on here. I'm lining one edge up with the edge of the pan. Fold it. Just crease one side. And then you crease the other side. And then you remove the pan. And you fold the crease on both sides. And then you flip it over, that becomes the bottom, and there you go. You have 4 pieces of parchment paper that are ready to go. The first cookie up is a pecan pie cookie. I already have the dough with little holes in it. And then we're going to fill it with the filling. You just want to make sure your cookies are evenly spaced, which that is good enough in my opinion. We are going to take the pecan pie filling and spoon it into each hole. Put these suckers in the oven. I feel like this next cookie needs a little explaining. The Lihimoy sugar cookie is kind of like a Hawaiian tropical twist. Lihimoy is definitely a Hawaiian thing. This is the powder. It's citrusy, fruity, sweet, and a little bit, actually a lot acidic. We're going to take the coconut macadamia nut sugar cookie dough and toss it in the Lihimoy sugar. You know how like with snickerdoodles you do cinnamon sugar? This is just Lihimoy and sugar. So roll them in this and put them on the sheet pan and then bake them off when it's time. Here's a little fun fact. Instead of rolling each one by one, all you have to do is take a larger bowl, throw as many as you want in, and then just toss them. And then you just plop them on your sheet pan. Time to bake them off. Next on deck is chocolate chip cookies. Thankfully, I do have a second oven. I can only do 1 tray at a time. It's preheated now, so I can use it. Yeah, I'm going to use my big oven and I'm going to use my little oven. And hopefully that'll make the process go a little bit faster. I don't know if I mentioned this, but these are not regular chocolate chip cookies. They're weed chocolate chip cookies. Just kidding, they're not weed chocolate chip cookies. I didn't make butter. I did make butter. I made brown butter technically, but they are a sourdough discard brown butter chocolate chip cookie. So I think they'll be good. I don't know if those are overcrowded or not, but this is a double batch, so I can fit a hefty amount on there, I think. My timer just went off, so I have to rotate the Lihimoy cookies. These cookies are for 2 events. One is a cookie exchange, and the other is, what is the other one? Oh, cookie tins for friends and family. I'm not gonna lie, usually when I do chocolate chip cookies, I do the Nestle Toll House. Those ones are my favorite chocolate chip cookies, but I figured I would try doing something a little different this year. So we'll see how these turn out. This is around the time where I start to run out of sheet pans. I have 6 half sheets, 2 randoms, and about 4 quarter sheets. Now it's like, where am I gonna put all of this? This is where we currently stand. The sugar cookies are all scooped out, waiting for the oven to preheat. This is the first year where I am baking things off ahead of time and not doing it like the week of. And also this is the first time where I'm not packaging everything all at once. So we'll see if that's easier or more complicated. I figured breaking everything up into multiple days would probably be easier than trying to do everything all at once, because usually it's pretty messy in the kitchen. But I definitely think baking the cookies off ahead of time was the right choice. All right, everything is baked off. Let me show you. A double batch of chocolate chip cookies. Then we have the pecan pie cookies. And then cooling, we have all of the sugar cookies. And right next door are the coconut and macadamia nut Lihimoy sugar cookies. They are going to go in the freezer. I'm gonna wrap them nice and tight, and then I'll deal with them when the time comes. So we'll go Wednesday and we're gonna try something different. We're gonna do my measurements. I did measurements when I started, and then I think I did measurements like 3 or 4 months ago. So it's overdue. Let's get into it. My wife is gonna measure.
What's the first thing?
First thing we're doing is arms. First one is left and then right. 12 and a quarter?
12 and a quarter. This one's less. This one's 12.
12 on the nose.
Yeah.
Boobs.
Where are your nipples at?
You know where they go.
39. Right here, 39.
39 and a quarter. Waist.
Where? By your belly button?
Yeah, right.
Where's your belly button? 40.
It went up.
Is it because you're closed?
Hips. The butt.
41 and a half.
Left thigh.
22 and a quarter.
Dang.
The other one's 22.
Wait. Calves.
15.
They can go
Both.
down a little more. 50?
15.
Oh, 15.
Both were 15.
All right, we are going to add it up, and then we'll have a little chat.
You want to get ready first?
All right, so I did the math. The last time I measured myself was in August. It's also the only time I measured myself. But from August, I was 234.75 inches between my arms, my bust, my waist, my hips, my calves, and my thighs. And today I was 219 and a quarter. So I'm down 15.5 inches. I don't think that's that bad. Some things. Oh, I didn't do a weigh-in. I'll do that real quick. All right, so I currently am sitting at 180. I am completely clothed. It is a different time of the day, and we both know the scale lies. Since starting my weight loss journey in November, I started at 200 pounds and now I'm at 180. So that's a solid 20 pounds lost. As of starting Wegovy, when I started Wegovy, I was I already forgot. So I guess that little fact doesn't matter. However, I don't believe in tracking my progress by the scale. I believe tracking it in other ways. Like I mentioned before, I am able to tie my shoes comfortably now. I can wear a pair of pants and be able to breathe. I used to have, I don't know if you can see, I used to have like a more defined humpback on my neck, and it's gone down significantly. A lot of dresses I have are fitting more loosely. I have a lot of biker shorts that I like to wear, and I noticed they're falling down all the time and that there's a lot more wiggle room than there used to be. So that's a win. What else? I don't know. I'm all jumbled right now. We have company coming over. We're heading up north to the botanical gardens during traffic. But anyways, that's not here nor there. We're going to the botanical gardens to check out a bunch of Christmas lights. So I'm nice and festive for that. Yeah, I guess I'll take you along. So let's jump in the car. is my outfit of the day. Old Navy pajama bottoms and a homemade shirt. We're gonna jump into the kitchen and package some cookie tins. I am going to cut up some peppermint fudge for the cookie tins, and then we'll assemble the cookie tins. Pro tip, turn it upside down because all the candy bits, and then cut from there. We have 2 cookie tins, Audrey and Cha-Cha and Tammy, and then I have a box over here for Nicole's coworker. This one is going to 2 families. That's why it's a bigger box, where this one is just the 2 of them. Also, she hates peppermint, so she gets no peppermint anything. It's the least I can do for my friend. I also have some bags right here to package things. And I have cupcake liners somewhere to also just line the tins and make it look a little nicer. These are a pecan pie cookie, and then we followed up with a lihi moi cookie. That's basically like a sugar cookie with coconut and mac nut. And then we got some chocolate chip cookies and some snickerdoodles. And that gets packaged nicely in the cupcake liners. And then they're done. These are chocolate pretzels. These ones have peppermint on them. I think I made too many this year. See? Nice little peppermint bits. I'm putting the peppermint in separate bags because the smell and flavor of peppermint will leach into all the other flavors. And it's not as palatable. I don't know. Some people just, I don't know. I think it's just better if you keep it separated. Here I'm packaging peanut brittle. It smells delicious. Too bad you can't smell it through the TV or your phone. And then the peanut brittle is just going in a bag on its own because it's easier to access and get. Just try to fit everything in here. This is like Tetris in real life. You just gotta move shit around until it all fits, you know? Alright, the first cookie tin is a go. Yay. It's double layered. Got all the goodies in there. This is a really tiny ass cookie tin. Okay, so this is not going to fit in there. Same with the peanut brittle. So it will just go in a nice little gift bag somehow. Personally, I think the peanut brittle is the best part of it all. These friends like to fight over peanut brittle, so we're gonna divvy it up between the 2 of them. They get their own batch of it. So I wish I was better at using Canva. I made these labels and I made like a funny little story and everything, and a fake ass nutrition label, but like they don't really fit around the container. That's okay. We will just package their cookies accordingly. I'm basically just packing the rest of the treats. The cookies and all just get wrapped up in a bag, twist tied, and just kind of try to arrange everything to look nice. I am going to wrap this basket in cellophane. Here's the first round of cookie tins, and I decorated them with a menu describing the cookies briefly and just telling my friends happy holidays. So hopefully they enjoy them. A little close up. Ooh, cookies.
That sounds so confusing.
Yeah, it's more confusing.
Yeah, thank God you're not driving that motorcycle.
December 19th. It marks the 23rd anniversary of my dad's passing. It was yesterday. I stayed super busy. I made cookie tins. I putted around the house working on menus, and I rallied up my friends to go have a cookie exchange bonfire in the fog down by the beach. Years prior, I tend to just wake up early on this day and remember getting the phone call that he passed. And then I would just ruminate on that idea of him passing, and as the day progressed, that's all I could think about is the sadness of it. And eventually at sunset, I would go down to the beach and watch the sun come down and write him a letter about how I miss him and like funny little memories and things, and then send it away at sea as the sun goes down. But this year, I tried to restructure it by staying busy, by surrounding myself with friends. Luckily, they understood the situation and they were there for me. We didn't have to talk about it at all. We didn't talk about it, which I'm okay with, because I did spend some time before everybody had gotten to the beach to write him the letter and reflect on the year. But I think it really helped this year to plan it out that way, not just to stay busy, but to do happy things and good things, and then taking in the emotions as they come. So it doesn't feel as heavy. I think one of my biggest fears is forgetting about him, because it's been so long. But I don't think you could really forget somebody like that. Like, he was such a good person. And I just wish that he was still here. Okay, Junior, what do you think it's gonna be?
I think, I don't know, it might be a boy, but whatever it is, we'll still have to take care of you, no matter what.
Oh.
So, you know, you're still a poop baby.
All right, Noni. Cassie's baby. Baby number 4. What do we think it's gonna be?
Boy.
Boy?
2 boys.
Two boys.
What?
I think it's 2 boys.
Oh, yeah?
What do you think she's having?
I think she's having a girl, but I'm okay with a boy too. Just a healthy baby and a cute baby that looks like my sister.
I think you're gonna be a little boy. but I'll be really excited also for a little girl. All right, Sam, what do you think the baby's gonna be?
A girl.
A girl? All right. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right.
I hope it's a girl.
Boy or girl?
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Girl.
Okay, so baby's butt is tucked all the way up.
I told you.
I can't. So as you can tell, this appears butt. This is their thigh bone. So they're like covering. Yeah. This is not the spot that I need them to be in. I'm just gonna kind of poke. Let me know if it bothers you, okay? But we can try a few things. I'll get you some water if they don't move, but fingers crossed if they can move.
I told you.
I'm gonna just stand.
I told her this baby ain't gonna show us.
Why you jinx it?
Because I just knew though.
Okay, so baby's butt is tucked all the way up.
I told you.
I can't. So as you can tell, this appears butt. This is their thigh bone. So they're like covering. Yeah. This is not the spot that I need them to be in. I'm just gonna kind of poke. Let me know if it bothers you, okay?
I see. Is it a boy? Right, are you ready?
I have one leg. Oh my gosh, let me go.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm fine.
I'm gonna cry. Where's nephew?
I don't got it with my computer. You want me to say it? Yeah. It's a boy.
It's a boy, Josh.
Yeah, with your brother.
Honestly, I knew right away, but I needed his legs to open. Okay. He's loud and proud about it. There's one leg here. His butt is here. His leg is here, and then right here is his little boy parts. It's a boy.
Josh.
Yeah, with your brother.
Honestly, I knew right away, but I needed his legs to open. Okay. He's loud and proud about it. There's one leg here. His butt is here.
Oh, Joshua, he's doing flips like you.
Oh no.
Christine, I haven't thought about it.
Do you mind if we listen to the heart one more time so I could print a picture for you?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Congratulations, Samuel DJ.
Congratulations.
Chocolate covered pretzels, peanut brittle, cookie tins, brown butter Rice Krispies, peppermint fudge, Leahy moist sugar cookies, chocolate chip brown butter sourdough cookies, and snickerdoodles. It is 7 a.m. on Christmas Eve, and it is time to do cookie tins for all my people. I'm gonna start by packaging the pretzels and peanut brittle, and then we'll move on to cookies. Okay, so for round 2, it's just like round 1, but more cookie tins to fill. All of the like candies and stuff are already packaged. I just have to put on, what are those things? Twist tags. So, yeah, here we go. Interesting story. I buy my cookie tins the day after Christmas when Christmas things are on sale, and I underestimated how large these tins were, so I had to go back and forth a couple times on like making sure everybody got like a good amount of everything, or that the tins were filled enough. Almost completely packaged treats for my neighbors, the ones I like. and coworkers, my coworkers, the coworkers at my wife's office, one of our mutual friends, and then all of the things for my family. They are waiting on deck, and I just have to wrap them up. The only one that is not getting wrapped is my brother's. I already put his cookies back in the freezer, but everything else should hold until we have our family Christmas, which is in January. This is half of my progress from today. The other half is already out to friends and family. These ones will just get dropped off to neighbors and the in-laws tomorrow at breakfast. I would just like to say, staying on plan during the holidays is so hard, especially when you love baking treats and eating treats. But I've been doing it. I deserve a gold star. It is December 26th. It would have been my mom's birthday. Of course, naturally, I'm feeling some kind of way. Yesterday was Christmas. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. It's very emotional in the morning and at night, but during the day, it was really good. I went to my in-laws and they had a lot of fun. And today we are supposed to go karaoke and have what would have been Christmas dinner today. I'm at Michael's. I had to run in and pick up some cookie tins for next year's shenanigans. Anyways, maybe I'll show you a little bit of what's happening tonight. I don't know. On this day, I decided to get a head start on my vision board, and right now I'm just watercoloring the background, pink, green, yellow, and purple. My favorite colors. A few days before, I outlined what I wanted my vision board to be about, and with ChatGPT and Google image search, I found some things that fit that theme, and I ended up just copying and pasting all the images that I wanted to use in Canva and printed them out. And once I got them printed, I cut them up and rearranged them accordingly. It is 3 days until New Year's Eve, and I'm baking a devil's food cake from a box. No big deal. It's gonna be fine. I already have espresso since it's chocolate. Espresso makes the flavors come out more. So I just do that. We do liquid until it's 1 cup, and then you just follow the recipe from there. You know that trend that's going around of the cake trend, like today's or this year I did this or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but pretty much that's what me and Nikki are gonna do on New Year's Eve. It's gonna do one of those cakes. At least that's what I think we're gonna do. It'll be a nice way to celebrate our achievements. Also, I'm using one of those aluminum cake pans. I'm just going to do a simple sheet cake, and we'll see how that goes. I think after this I'm going to do pecan brittle. The 3 projects I have today is just to get the kitchen cleaned and do the peanut brittle. That's not peanuts, it's pecan. And to get this sheet cake baked off. Right, no lumps. Make sure to get the bottom of the bowl to check. And we're just gonna pour it in. Oh no, this is the perfect size for it. no leftover. Then we're just going to level it out. The oven is already preheated. And while this is baking, I'll either get the kitchen cleaned up or I'll just jump over to my next project. Also, we are going to put a sheet pan under it in case spillage. Oh, this is a wonderful idea when you only have 2 hands. All right, because I don't want to clean my oven again. Welcome back to my non-aesthetically pleasing kitchen. We're gonna do a little side task. We're gonna make some stock for the dogs. Super easy. I just saw that there was a chicken carcass in the fridge I need to make stock out of. Since this is for my boys, there's no onion going in there. No onion. Let's not hurt them. Also, there's no salt going in either. But it is getting chicken pieces. I don't know what you call that. All right, we're going to take this outside because that's where my crock pot is. And we're going to let this simmer for 24 hours and top it off. So my neighbor is such a nice dude. He gave me a case of pecans. And I was like, ooh, thanks. So now I'm going to make pecan brittle as like a little thank you. And also because I ate all of my brother's peanut brittle for his cookie tin. So I gotta replenish his stock. The recipe comes from this 1970s Betty Crocker cookbook. Got it from my grandpa. Well, I got it from my mom, and my mom got it from my grandpa. But that recipe right there, that's the one. That's the one that makes amazing brittle. I do like a half a teaspoon extra of baking soda, but other than that, it's perfect. It makes 2 sheets, about 3 pounds. So same concept as peanut brittle, but substitute peanuts for pecans. Okay, I got everything I need. We have our candy thermometer, and on here it says the thread stage. I highly doubt I can make that focus, but it says thread. And you cook all of the ingredients except for the pecans and the baking soda and vanilla. But you always start with your water. And after you add your water, you add your corn syrup. After the corn syrup, you add the sugar. You don't want to just throw it in there. You kind of want to make sure you're not touching the sides of the pot. Any sugar that sticks to the sides has a higher chance of crystallizing. And if you've ever made candy before, once it crystallizes, there's no salvaging it. You are done. You can add cream and make it a sauce, but yeah. Just be patient, and you cannot substitute brown sugar. It has to be white sugar, and it has to be corn syrup. And that's just how it is. And then I'm using vanilla bean paste, and this is my baking soda. And here are the pecans. Everything's nice and gay. All right. So to start, I let it go on like medium-high heat for like 5 minutes. Once it starts boiling, that's when I add my candy thermometer in. You don't have to, but I do because I have them. That's the cake. Let's pause. Have to. You could use parchment paper or you could just butter your sheets. But I have silk pads. I mean, they're pretty common now. So most people have them. But yeah, silk pad. That's my favorite way to go. This is what the brittle is going to go on. You want to make sure you have your things set up and ready to go, because once it gets to the point that you need it, you kind of have to go and get it done quick, because it can burn or it can go sideways, you know? Be prepared, bitch. It's been a few minutes. I'm cooking it with the lid on to create steam to wash the sides of the pot down. And I'm checking the sides of the pot to make sure that there's no crystallizing sugar. Because again, once it crystallizes, you're fucked. And you don't want to be fucked. That's a bad thing. So I see a couple of spots where I do see sugar that has accumulated. But it's not crystallized, so that's a good thing. I'm not fucked. I'm gonna let that go a little bit longer. I don't think it's quite at the thread stage yet. We have reached the thread stage. So this is when we add in our butter and our pecans. This is when the heat tends to drop because you added all of those nuts. I like to turn it up just a little till the heat starts moving again. Once this chunk of butter melts, I'm gonna put the lid back on after I brush down the sides again. And we are waiting for this to get to 300 degrees. Once it gets to 300 degrees, you add in your baking soda and you add in your vanilla. And then it's time to pour it out. Brush down the sides for extra insurance. And if anyone was wondering, these silicone pastry brushes, they fucking suck. I like the ones with the wooden handle. They work a lot better with like actual natural fiber bristles. Yeah, it just works better, you know? All right, we'll come back in about another 5 minutes. I am adding the baking soda and the vanilla. I turned off the heat. We hit 300. I only have 2 hands, so it's bubbling. You can't see it, but it is bubbling. Get it nice and mixed. It looks a little pale in color. It is bubbling up. These are all normal things. And now, pour it into the pan. This is when it would be really helpful to have an extra set of hands to sit here and scrape the pan out for me. But I am me, and this is how we do it. Just like that. Try to get it into a nice thin layer. I've never done pecan before. I'm kind of glad I didn't have it in pieces because it would have burned faster. Some of them did burn, but it's a learning game, so I'm not too mad about it. Whatever you do, do not stick your hand in there. It's 300 degrees. It's not as hot as magma, but I imagine it's not going to feel very nice. So I'm trying to like spread it around, but it's already hardening. So I'm probably just gonna let it be. That was a close call. Probably just gonna let it be. And I'm going to go boil out my pot because this sugar is hard as rock. The tour of my baking cupboard. We have the nuts on the left, leaveners, flours, and then the next shelf we have sweeteners. Behind the sweeteners are more flours, cocoa powder, corn syrup. The very top we have bulk items or like backup shit or like shit that I don't really use. So yeah, that's a pantry tour that nobody asked for, but I gave it to you. All right, there's two things I need to tell you. First thing is we are going to work on the sheet pan cake for New Year's Eve. And then I already made the flags to stick in it to write down like our accomplishments for 2025. The second thing is my manager finally called me back with a phone call telling me I can return to work. It has been since August 2024 that I have not been at work, and it's been a rough go. I am nervous but excited, and I start on Friday. Okay, so I have all my supplies and my icings ready. I did not make these icings. I definitely got them from a fucking tub. But the cream cheese icing, I can say that I doctored it by adding vanilla bean paste and orange zest to it. The colors we're going with are brown, black, and white. I'm not going to the edge because I don't want to. And I'm not smoothing everything out because I don't want to. All right. This is what's going in the middle. NYE, New Year's Eve. Also, I do have cake decorating skills, but I am very rusty. I have not decorated a full cake in years. I used to work as a cake decorator. Basically, this is just a bunch of rosettes and stuff, so I'm not too worried. And if I fuck it all up, I can always just eat the end results. Let's start with white. And we will transition to black. We'll do some brown. And we'll switch the tip. What do we have here? All right, now we'll switch to a smaller tip. I think the brown, maybe a little star tip for the brown. I used to have gold dragées, the little pearls. I think so too. I think I did too much, but it's fine. Ta-da! New Year's Eve cake. Goodbye 2025. Hello 2026. I make vision boards, and this is what I got for you. As 2025 comes to a close, I figured I would show you my vision board from the past year. And then I'll show you what I plan on manifesting for 2026. So As of last year, I had a few ambitious goals. Self-care was definitely one of them, and then minimize eating out, like fast food, and cut out McDonald's. I cut out McDonald's for an entire year. Like, I don't remember the last time I had it. So, and then Chick-fil-A, I definitely went there less often. My goal was to hit 200 subscribers. I only have like 122. So that'll carry on to next year. And then we had sewing projects. I did no sewing projects this year. And I also did no traveling this year. So hopefully things will look better on that end. Didn't find a side hustle. I thought of a lot of different business endeavors. I have not side hustled, but I have thought of a few different things I could potentially do. So, yeah. All in all, 2020 seems like it was pretty good. 2025, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I put play on here. I definitely played more this year, especially in the summer. I had a lot of gal pal meetings and hanging out with my besties. And definitely, I think, what else is on here? Celebrate more. I definitely celebrated more, especially during the holidays. So that's good. I started weight strength training. I haven't hit under 150 yet, but I don't see why that won't happen in 2026. I continued going to therapy. I picked running back up. We'll do better in January and February. So for 2026, I call it my manifestation board. I broke it down into 6 categories. There's self-care, routines, travel, play, health and fitness, and facing my fears. For self-care, I want to improve my conflict resolution with Nicole. I want to delete Instagram. I want to work on forgiveness. I want to experience radical self-acceptance, continue to learn, and do more fun, cheap, or free things. For routines, I want to establish a morning routine, a workout routine, a self-care routine, especially since I'm returning to work. I just want to make sure I don't forget about myself. I definitely want to have a better sleep routine and more of a routine with meal planning and more consistency per se. Next up is travel. We are going to go to Oahu in less than a month. Still need to go visit my best friend in Missouri. I would love to do a Joshua Tree camping trip, also a Yosemite camping trip, and I want to at least, if not visit, I want to go to Cabo. That's the goal for 2026. For play, I broke that into 2 subcategories. The first one is sewing. I really want to try making a trumpet skirt and bread bags. I want to use up my fabric stash that I have. I have like a whole tote in my closet of like old bed sheets or like random fabrics that I have. So I really want to use that up. And then I want to use the serger. I finally got the part I needed. So hopefully this year I will bust it out and get started on using that machine. For painting, I want to do more watercolor cards, like birthday cards or like holiday cards, and practice painting with acrylics, and then I want to sing more just to improve my vocal range. Random, I know, but I used to be a really good singer, and I'm not there anymore, and I would like to have that back. So you can't get better without practicing. What else? For health and fitness, we have 2 categories left. There's in health and fitness, I broke it into the nutrition side and the fitness side. So for the nutrition side, I really want to try the Mediterranean diet. When I say try, I mean like make Mediterranean dishes. Doesn't necessarily have to be like back to back to back, like a month's worth of trying Mediterranean dishes, because I think that might be a little overwhelming. Probably just start with like 2 or 3 dishes and then go from there and see what I like, you know. Modified meal planning. I basically want to make a back stock of like proteins, veggies, and sides, or fats, carbs. I'm kind of there. I think it could be a little bit better, especially since I don't really know how it's going to be applied when I return to work and how I'll like that. But I don't see why I wouldn't, because if I like the food before it's in the freezer, I usually like it when it comes out. Yeah. I want to eliminate fast food. And when I say eliminate fast food, I mean like cut it out. It's gone. It's no longer there in existence, with one exception. Minimizing eating out, as in like restaurants, like places you have to sit down and eat the food. And I guess technically that could count if we schedule it for fast food, if we want to go there, eat there, and count that as like a special occasion, not an everyday thing. The whole point is to plan out our eating out endeavors so they're not just quick, we need a meal, let's go eat out. More so it's an experience to have, and also to rein it in budget wise, and also really just like making dining out being a special occasion, not just oh, it was a busy day, let's get takeout. Like I don't want that as an option. And then for fitness, we have 5 goals. The same 3 to 4 40-minute workouts a week. I want to do 2 to 3 30-minute runs a week. I really want to register for a race. Like, I miss race days. And then it would be nice to be under 150, but if I'm not, it's fine. And then I feel like this is like cutting myself short. I really want to be able to do 10 push-ups, non-modified, regular schmegular push-ups, like all the way down, all the way up, 10 times in a row. I don't remember the last time I was able to do a real push-up. Right, the last thing I have on my list is facing my fears. There are 5 things, and what I have on here, I feel like they make me feel really uncomfortable, but a couple of them I'm like, yeah, let's do this. But like also fearful of fucking it up. One of the things I have is do more driving in traffic, not in my car, but also in Nicole's. I have a really bad habit to driving the newer vehicle versus picking up the keys to go in the older vehicle. We've had that car for like 5 years now, and I don't think I've ever driven it on the freeway. And I don't know if I really want to. But facing our fears this year, I think it'll happen more than once. Maybe not in traffic the first time, but yeah. Another driving related one is driving to more places with shitty parking. I will be passenger princess on those occasions where I know that parking's gonna be a bitch. I get a lot of anxiety from going to places knowing that parking is bad, or not even knowing what the parking situation is. Another one is to continue posting on YouTube. I would like to say, or 2 to 3 videos a month, but it might just be 1 video a month. It might be a video every other month. I get kind of anxious when I upload, because like, it's kind of weird. You take a video of yourself and you edit it and then you put it out there for the world to see. It's a concept I'm still getting used to. In all seriousness, it would be really nice to get 200 subscribers. The second to the last thing is I really, really, really want to shave my head. I really want to shave my head. But I'm also scared, low-key, to shave my head because I probably have an alien head, or like, I don't know, I have a lot of scalp acne. But what if I look really funny? But I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But I do plan on shaving it all off. The last thing that I want to do is facing my fears, is allowing others to order cakes from me. At first, I think I'm gonna just practice. I'm gonna take the year to practice and get comfortable making sheet cakes again. But maybe in like 6 months, I will put myself out there and let people place orders for special events, things like that, because a secondary income would be really nice right now. I mean, a primary one would be too. We start work in a couple days. Did I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning with anxiety? Yes, ma'am, I sure as shit did. But there's really nothing I can do about it right now. So I'm gonna try to enjoy these next couple of days. Oh yeah, we have the accomplishment cake. So we'll do the accomplishment cake and then we'll call it a new year. Last weigh-in of the year, and she is clocking in at 179.2. Cool. In 2026, I feel like it was the year of a lot of achievements. I picked my top 6. Nikki's here also. She doesn't want to be in it. In 2025, I stopped eating McDonald's. I'm Christina, and I made new friendships. Over the summer, I became a master composter. I got to see my best friend, and we talk every single week, if not 2 or 3 times a week. Since it's New Year's Eve, Stitch is sedated because people like to shoot their pew-pews and their firecrackers, and he is not a fan of loud noises. Health-wise, I lost 21 pounds. The sirens, though. Probably my greatest achievement this year is that I did not let my intrusive thoughts win.
Good job.
Now, it's time to eat it. See you in 2026. Thanks for watching.
That's good. Bye. Say bye, Stitchy. Say bye, Riley.